Hello, guys. We are back, and this time we have the Haunter of the Dark with us. So, introducing Mr. Adaro.
Yes. Thanks for having me, guys.
How you doing, bro?
All good, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off camera, we were speaking about it a bit, but yeah, you were the first person to support us.
Good to hear.
We had to
my
remind
memory is a little bit foggy, but
Yeah.
when you let me hear the track again, I remember, and nice.
Yeah, we were very. It was our early stages of producing because you said you liked it. I think you sent us a message saying, "Can you have it?" Then we sent you a file, and you messaged us back saying, "Is this mastered?"
Can you master this?
And I said to him, "Is this mastered?" And he was like, "I don't know.
I don't know what
I think so."
I don't know what mastering is.
So actually, the Cyber,
I think it was the DJ Cyber mastered it for us.
yeah, because back in the day he was
One half of Prime Fire.
Fryer. Yeah, they were on
Yeah.
Gearbox. So yeah,
Okay.
we didn't even know how to master.
Yeah, but we had friends that were at Decibel that year because
I
we
was
were.
there.
Oh, you were there. You were there, and he sent me a video. Adaro just played Modern Classics, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I always supported talents. I think it's important. Still do it. So happy to hear that I supported you guys.
Yeah, that was back. I don't even know if you'd done Guns for Hire yet. What year did you do Guns for Hire?
We started in 2011.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
now-
that was
we're
before.
now doing the 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the big banners at Rebirth.
So 2026 min 15.
Yeah.
2011.
And is
15
it?
years.
I think we were told the story that like the first performance was really something went wrong, right? Was it
Yeah,
audio
it was
or-
at Decibel in the loudness area, and we were still, we had this, of course, a lot of talks about how should we look. So we came up with this look, but the live thing, and should we do with, for example, under the mask we still had makeup on. We stopped after Decibel
Yeah.
because of the logistically problems, and because, for example, you play with Guns for Hire, you put black stuff on your eyes, and then an hour later you have to perform solo,
Yeah.
and then you have these
Look
black
like a panda.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons. But also technically, we were we had even a sound check the day before, and we wanted to do an effect on our vocals, and we tried it, and it was all good when the sound check was. But at the moment, I think at the sound check it already went wrong, so we skipped that idea, and then there was suddenly a sound problem at when we started. The music was really soft in the area, but we didn't know. You just hear your monitor sound.
Yeah.
So we heard screaming, and we thought people liked it. So they were just whistling at us like, "What the
Turn
fuck
it
are you
up."
guys doing?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah," and we were like, "Hey, cool." Suddenly, we heard the music. The sound man put the music on a good way, and then suddenly we hear boom, 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 and everybody goes crazy, and that became an iconic thing on
Moment,
YouTube, and that was like, and it was happily in the first or second song, so only a few minutes were really fucked up,
Oh.
but afterwards, perfect scenario.
But that was the first time ever.
First time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you just think because you were making so much music together, let's just do a live act?
The thing was, we made Randy and Adaro tracks, and we had a very good click, and we want to do it together in the future. And Randy said we have to make a live act from it, but I was still in like a live act that's the same as a DJ, but then with a laptop,
Yeah.
I said I don't like that. No, Thijs, we're gonna do it differently. We're gonna do the entertainment factor. And then I thought like, okay, when I was a kid, what live acts did I like? Neophyte Live, Rotterdam Terrorkorps, entertainment. I said, we have to do something like that, real
Show.
show. And we just began brainstorming, and we had a lot of meetings with also Dov, the prophet, gave some good tips. For example, that makeup, we were still like, should we do a makeup or a mask? And then he said like, he did some stuff with the masochist and in the past, and he said, do a mask, because at that time it was far away. So we were not internationally yet. So when you have flights, you have to arrange a make-upper and a lot of costs and everything. It's true. So we do masks. Okay, what mask? Now we are both really movie freaks. I like the old school mafia movies. Randy liked more the futuristic, like Hitman.
Yeah.
Really liked. So if you see Guns for Hire image, it's like a combination of that. The classic mafia suit, Godfather style, futuristic mask, makes it freaky. So that's how we came up with it. And the whole, like I said, we are movie freaks. So every time there is a movie theme, with Guns you can go from crime to horror.
Yeah.
Everything in between. So there's endless things you can do.
It fits the attitude of the music, right? Like the
and we had different tours with different themes, and now we recently launched a new trailer for the 15 years, and we're gonna do some more movie-wise. So there's a lot to tell, and
I think you guys were the first people we ever saw do that. I think it was actually one of the old Rebirths. And you literally played like a movie trailer on the screen.
There are famous Dutch actors in it.
The guy with the curly hair.
Yeah. He's
We were standing there like,
this is crazy.
I've never seen anything like this at a party.
No, I think with that, of course, we were not the first live act. We were not the first makeup or mask live act. But I think with that was pretty boundary.
Not to blow your trumpet, but when we talk about like the best live act, we always say Guns for Hire.
Thanks.
For that reason, because you can maybe, like, some people will base it off music or whatever, which I do think you had also the best music, but also just the package, the show.
Yeah, the concept.
Like, no one had ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah,
and
what
Overdose was massively inspired.
Yeah, we took a lot of inspiration from Guns.
We have inspiration, of course, from what was before us. You know, Donkey Rollers, Project One, the hardcore live acts. So
and what about the name? Did you just think about it?
The name was like because we like those mafia type movies and Hitman. What's a synonym for Hitman? Guns for Hire. We just Googled, you know.
Yeah.
But Guns, like the way it should be written, all the socials were already gone. So we have a problem. And at that time, the Z was a thing, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the reason.
Even the 4 as well. It's just so like
but it's like Guns for Hire is written like FOR, and if you say G4H, then it's with the 4.
The 4,
It's never Guns for Hire.
Yeah.
Sometimes people write it like that, but it's never.
When
like
you
that.
first seen the G4H, I was just like, oh, it's so genius because you can like brand it, you know, like.
Yeah, we have a really good designer, and Docodemo.
Docodemo, he done Artificial and Toxic.
Yeah, he done the artwork for that album.
Yeah,
he's really good.
Super good.
So clean and crisp.
Again, the reason why we found him is because we were like, who does the Guns for Hire stuff? Because you done like one that was like a gold.
It was Armed and Dangerous.
You actually looked so like.
Yeah. That was insane.
The gold was so high quality on the artwork.
And nowadays we because of AI you look different at artwork, But at that time it was not possible. It's really fucking a craft,
Yeah, for sure.
It was really good.
So now with AI everything gets in a different perspective, but.
Sometimes people are just writing, "Oh, this is AI slop," and sometimes it's not even.
No. And it's these guys. That's like in Holland we say monnikenwerk. You know, that's like really detailed, highly craft that you have to learn for years and years and years.
No, you can do it with one click.
Yeah, but it's fucked up.
Have you tried anything with AI music shit? Like,
I use it like in a way. For example, with raps.
Yeah.
I can rap. I can make raps. I like it. Only the sound of my voice is not. I don't like it when I hear it. I am with my voice in some Guns tracks for small parts and doubled, but not the main voice.
Focus.
I don't really like my vocal sound. And now with AI, I can make the raps, do complete my creativity, and put a vocal mask on it.
Yeah.
With a sound that I like. That to me is an AI tool.
Yeah.
And it's still me, everything, the creativity, only the mask is different.
Yeah.
I actually think it can make, if you use it properly, make you more creative because now if you have an idea, you can get it out there. Because even like sometimes we might come up with an idea and then later on we'll get a vocalist to do it. But before you would make something, then you would have to try and find a vocalist. And by that time, sometimes you were like, You're
Yeah,
right.
but also because I don't like my voice, I'm maybe in the past I already thought like I'm not gonna try to make a rap because it won't happen. I'll call a rapper, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I can do it. Yeah, it's more from me.
Randy's
So-
voice is good though, right?
Randy's voice is excellent.
He could have been in a pop band or something.
yeah,
right?
yeah. He can sing, he can rap, he
Scream.
can do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
100%.
when we done Ride or Die. He was showing us his screams.
Yeah, he can do it all.
I thought he was going to pass out. He done like
Yeah, but you got
30
it.
takes
Some,
one after
how
another.
do you call it? Some
Throat problems. Yeah.
for Guns, it's sometimes stressy when his voice is like
Because he puts on the voice for Guns as well, is it?
yeah,
It's
and,
like
and, you know, you have a lot of gigs planned, and he does the main vocals. You know, so it can be a thing if your voice is gone and you have a lot of gigs planned. You get stress of that.
Yeah.
Huh?
yeah.
You're a lot more right. I noticed in the last couple of ones that I've watched, you can hear you.
Yeah, I do like we have like an appointment. I do, of course, when I feel like okay, maybe when the time is right, I will say something because there's nothing as ugly as two guys shouting between each
I know
other.
what you mean.
But sometimes I say something, but I'm mainly doubling the vocals from the songs.
Yeah.
You know?
I really, we weren't there, but I've watched the set on YouTube a million times. The VWAB one from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You guys were. That must have been. You must have practiced that because you were so in sync, and
No, not practice.
it was.
Sometimes I get a bit in the vibe, and maybe I say too much, or we did it like a little bit equal in the past, but a big organization came after a gig like, guys, one advice. Don't let Adaro MC again.
Really?
Yeah, so I got really like, I could laugh about it, of course, because there is a famous part in the hard bass some year where I try to say something and my voice goes
Correct.
and
I've had that before.
like that, you know, and so I know I'm not good at that, but you get into the atmosphere and you just do it, but I agreed with it, you know, it's not super professional how I'm sounding. So Randy is way better,
Yeah. He's really good at putting on that Guns voice, right? Because it's difficult.
I see him like a sort of Freddie Mercury type. When he
Yeah,
gets
It's
on
like
stage,
an alter ego.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he gets completely. He has it on stage.
Yeah.
You know? He's a showman.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you feel like that when your mask is on? You kind
You
of
can
feel
do more. Maybe
Yeah.
that's
different.
because
We had-
as Adaro, I hardly MC. Only when there is no MC. You know, when it's.
Yeah.
But with Guns for Hire, you just do more. Yeah, you because your mask is on.
What
you-
about? Do you feel more? Do you feel a bit crazier or something?
Yeah, you feel crazier. The vibe is different. It's like it's the energy and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you go further than you would do normally.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what Slipknot say as well. That was
Yeah.
why they put on the mask because they were actually quite shy.
Yeah,
And they were,
Yeah.
as soon as they said they put the masks on, they felt like different people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know, as Adaro, I love to have a good MC be next to me.
Yeah.
You know, you have to learn it now. You know, the craft changes. It's part of the job. So I'm doing it. I also challenge myself. Like if there's no MC, I say like I have to do it. You know,
Yeah.
so I do it more and more. But to me, MCing is also a craft. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because knowing what to say and when to say it is very important.
yeah, and
So
you
can-
you see sometimes DJ doing it that I'm thinking like maybe an MC would have done it better.
Yeah.
You know, but also the thing is, fans also like the artist to say something. you
Yeah.
know?
True.
Feels more personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we had to learn that as well, but
Yeah,
in
when
the
we
beginning, both of us were like
We were not
we
good.
both didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, but I tried a little bit a couple of times, and I realized like I don't think I have the voice, even if I wanted to. And then Raymond started doing it, and then his voice was a bit better. So
Yeah.
But I had to learn as well because when I first started, obviously the thick Scottish accent, I was like, "Everybody, put your fucking hands up!" And no one would do it. So I'm like, "Oh, no one."
But it's also, you know, for example, if you're a villain talking or MCing, it's a different voice, eh?
yeah,
So it's an art, eh?
yeah,
So yeah.
It's something you had to learn.
this sounds crazy, but I actually think it's easier for people who are not native English speakers because we learn like where we're from. If we speak in a different way English,
Yeah.
like in my
It's
head, I
lame.
feel like my friends looking at me like, "What the fuck are you
Yeah,
saying?"
but
you know?
British actors in Hollywood, they can easily adapt,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes a movie freak, I look up, where is the guy from? He's British? What the fuck?
And he has a good American accent
Yeah,
and say,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
noticed.
Tom Hardy,
Yeah, for example.
Gerard Butler, but I always feel like Gerard Butler, you can hear the
You can kinda hear it.
Scottish
Yeah,
a little bit in it.
Did
but-
you know I saw Tom Hardy one time?
Really?
Yeah, in when we were in Los Angeles with Guns for Hire, and we went to Hollywood, and there was suddenly happening the premiere of Mad Max movie, and he was there. Mel Gibson was there.
Holy shit!
The Jason Momoa was there, and a lot of famous actors. So I'm
that's
on the
crazy.
picture with Tom Hardy.
Really?
It's sick.
Oh, he was just actually in the street.
Randy, Tessa, and me were like fans on the looking to the actors walking by, and they just came making pictures and autographs.
Holy shit!
That's sick.
Yeah,
His movies are good. I love his movie Legend. Have you
Yeah,
seen that one?
yeah,
When
yeah.
he plays both characters.
Yeah.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah,
I love that film.
There's not many people that could pull that off. I don't
he's
think
he's one of the big names of his generation.
he's best as Bane, though, right? Like I think that will go down as his best role
Which one? The-
Batman.
in Batman. The Dark Knight.
yeah,
Bane.
for sure.
He was jacked up for that movie. He had
Yeah.
serious traps in that movie. It was sick.
I think he's not so tall, right?
He's a really small guy.
He's
Yeah.
small. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
you can kind of
yeah.
tell it. But in the movies, they
They make him
a bit-
look massive in Batman, though, right?
But it's also the same with Tom Cruise, I think. Eh?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a really small guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a old school mafia movie guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've spoke about it a few times, like
Yeah.
Goodfellas, all that kind of thing.
Goodfellas is really my favorite of all time, and
Of all time,
Yeah, of all time.
number one.
Yeah, and Casino is somewhere near there, and a special place for Heat.
He's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah,
Such a
I
good
can
movie.
watch it over and over, and I still see new things and the aesthetics, how it looks, and I also saw some making of stuff, how it's thought about. If you look at the buildings, the locations, how the living room, the interior design and everything, and the clothing and everything, it's timeless but also modern. It's still like, if you look at it now, it's 95. Eh?
Yeah, look.
If you look at it now, it's still modern, and it's a perfect story. Also, life lessons are in there, you know. Fucking cool.
Yeah, I seen that they're going to remake it.
It's going to be a
part-
follow-up.
Is it a follow-up?
Yeah,
I saw that.
The director wrote a new script, Heat 2, and it's also published as book, because I read it. And it's a fucking cool story, but it's like a prequel and a sequel in one, about the Val Kilmer character.
Yeah.
And now rumors are that who's going to play in it is going to be all the good actors from the DiCaprio, all that guys. You know?
Oh,
It's hard to do that though, right? Like,
To be honest, I think the story is not as good as one.
some
but,
things don't need the follow-up, right?
Yeah, but still, why not? You know?
Yeah, fuck it, right?
a lot of your music like was based from your love for movies and that,
Yeah,
that attitude
100%.
you could hear from the beginning, right?
Yeah, 100%. You get influenced by everything. You have a lot of baggage with movies and music from that you grew up with, and it's all influence.
Because
you know?
probably a lot of people know you as like Adaro, but they don't know that you were a trance guy.
Everything.
Yeah.
I made house, trance, everything.
Yeah.
You know. So I really grew up listening to until I was 13. It was only grunge and metal what I liked, and hip hop. So the Ice Cube stuff and all the Metallica, Nirvana period. And then one track really made me change into electronic music, and that was Thunderball Bonsai Channel 1. And I heard it like in a youth club. I was 13, 14 years old. And I was like, I was still in that old opinion, like if it's not on a guitar or a drum kit, it's not real music. You know, that was at that time normal to think a little bit. And you didn't experience house music in a club yet because you were too young. Of course, I knew it because I was a music fan and I followed everything. And there were already some tracks, but some I liked, but it's not. You think like it's not real music. And then I went to that club, youth club, and I saw the complete. They play normal music, and then suddenly it became dark. Smoke machine, stroboscope light, and all the older guys who were there, like already with shaven heads and stuff, and they became dancing on the way. And that song came. And I was on the dance floor, and I was like, "This is the shit."
So was it a hardcore song?
It's a really rave hardcore song, and it. After that night, I went to the CD shop. You know, you were 14, there were still CD shops, and I ordered everything of that music. I want to know, this is it. This is better than metal, better than grunge. This is it.
There's a lot of similarities though between gabber and like metal, right?
Hey, I can tell you that shift that I made, a lot of guys made.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the end of the 80s, I'm from 1980, in the end of the 80s, every guy was listening to Guns N' Roses, Metallica later, and Nirvana and stuff like that. And a lot of them felt the same rebellious feeling in hardcore.
Yeah.
And at that time also the Prodigy came up, so that was the perfect crossover stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody who liked metal also liked Prodigy. Everybody who liked house also liked Prodigy. So that came like hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, there is, like, even now I think you can still feel the energy is kind of like the same in that. But did you have like the gabber shaved head and stuff like that?
Yeah, because you are 14, you see these older guys from your village, and I really I'm a 14-year-old guy, never went to a big party, you're not allowed, and a guy you look up to in your village has a shaven head, and I'm like, hey man, why did you shave your head? It's gabber, Rotterdam music, this and that, and I'm like, whoa, super cool, you know.
Can we have a photo and we can put it on the screen? Do you have a
I don't know if I have a photo with bald head, but I have a photo where I went from the long hair, metal hair, to one step shaving this away, and then shaving the whole head. My mother started crying when I did it.
It's like you were going to be a criminal.
Yeah, but at that time, you have to look back in time. At that time, they said, like, if you shave your head, you're mocking people who have a disease.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the attitude. Or like the skinhead stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a different period. Now it's complete Dutch culture. Everybody's proud of it.
Yeah.
But at that time, people were not proud of gabber.
No,
it was the same in Britain. You had like the mods, and then you had the rockers, and then you had the skinheads. And the skinheads were always associated with racism and stuff like that. But actually, a lot of them were. It was nothing to do with that.
It was against racism.
Exactly, yeah.
But there were, of course, also later on in the hardcore scene, some people who were like that, and that fucked up the scene for a while. Yeah.
It's always a minority though, right? Like
minority, but they really had a bad influence on the music.
Yeah, because for me, like especially when I wasn't there, but when you look back and see this stuff about like the 90s, it was about like peace and love, and
man, that's why they had
the ecstasy, right?
Yeah, it was a second hippie area, exactly.
Yeah.
To me, the period of 95 till 97 is the best period of my life.
Yeah,
still will never change. If you saw someone,
better hope Tessa's not watching the podcast.
But you know what I mean. You're you.
Yeah.
So that feeling that you completely you were hardcore 100%.
Yeah.
And if you saw someone on the street you didn't know who also had an Australian or a shaven head, you would give him a hand.
Yeah.
You would give him a hand, a gabber hand they called it. So you were one big family. Really, that feeling, that was the best.
So then how did you think, like, okay, I'm going to make this music or make something?
I was interested in making, but I come from a small village. There was no internet yet. So I went to record stores to hopefully walk into a professional DJ, because they were also there, of course, buying vinyl. And then, tick, can I ask something? How do you make this music? That's... I didn't know how to make this music. So, for example, a DJ that I was really fan of told me some stories what to buy. JDA he's called, from Voel Je Die Bass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he was like our hero. He was the local hero, and he was playing in a club where we always went, the Broadway in Erp. And he was the resident, like playing before a really big name, and he always played way better than the other guy, you know. So he was, and he broke through later on, nationwide. So
is he bass Mutehoran?
he's that one.
Yeah.
So and that track was a reaction to fucked up happy hardcore music.
Yeah. So did you
It's
not
crazy.
at that point? You didn't like the happier stuff. You're more like
There was, you have two types of happy hardcore. You have happy hardcore at the time that was like serious, and happy hardcore that was mocking the gabber scene.
Yeah.
You know, you had they were called Hakkebach or Gabber Piet,
yeah.
and that was also the reason that the whole scene collapsed, because it was not cool anymore to be gabber. You know, people were laughing when you were walking on the street with as a gabber.
Yeah.
And that nobody wants that.
No, and they were kind of labeled as stupid people, right?
Yeah, like oh, gabber was funny. So the scene declined from being the 1 out of 6 or 8 people in Holland was a gabber on the youth, and then suddenly it became really small. Like even if you wanted to go to a party in '99, you couldn't even go on a Saturday night in Holland. There was no hardcore anymore. You had to go to a shady club in Belgium.
What year was New Kids?
That was way later.
It was in the 2000s.
And that was like a reflection on that period, but made fun of a little bit. You know? But also, the fun and the respect came a little bit hand in hand. You know, the '90s were cool again later on.
Yeah, when people look back at the 90s, they look at it as cool. It's not seen as a moment that was like cringe or something.
No.
It was ballsy.
Yeah, but it was, you know, you had the top 40 stuff and the stuff on the parties, and that was different.
Yeah.
You know? For example, if you now when people look back, only the biggest hits they think about, you know, and there's probably sometimes top 30 stuff, but that was a different thing, you know.
So how did you end up at trance then? From that to the trance?
You know, hardcore declined, and I was no producer yet. I was just a fan, and I started like on a tracker program making music, but it was nothing professional. But just as a fan, and the hardcore declined, so you couldn't go out anymore to a party. But other music was played on parties, you know. So and at that time the club and trance came up. So yeah, you're 17, 18, you want to go out, so you hear that music and you also like it. So my taste became way broader. The cool thing was in the 95 period that you were 100% hardcore. The other music was nothing. You wouldn't open your eyes for it. But you get older and you open your mind a little bit, and you also listen to other stuff. And I also loved it, you know. And I got to know that's when it really was getting serious. A niece of mine got a relationship with a producer. And then, I said, can I go with you sometimes? And he said, you have to buy this and that. I had to borrow money from my father, bought all that shit. And then it really started, you know. Then, then I saw, and that was not hardcore music or something. That was, he made commercial stuff, you know. So that's, and then through that guy, I got to know Ron. My best friend from my youth, Dirk, Ron and me, we started the Driftwood.
Driftwood, yeah.
Yeah, and then Ron is like a really a sound genius. He had all the equipment. He was 7 years older than us. He had a lot of stuff. Also already released records, and learned a lot from him. You know,
he builds studios now, right?
He built my studio, Randy's studio, a lot of big names. He built studios for. And he's like a sound genius, you know. Still, when I have some really difficult technical stuff, I ask him. You know.
And how many tracks had you guys made before the famous one?
I made together with Ron already called Adaro, Venka's Adaro Aqua Planning, and there was like a trance track, but a real underground trance track. But something cool, it was like Tune of the Week on Armin van Buuren's program, and I remember I was 20 at that time, or 21. I remember going to a club where Armin played, and just say like, hey, thanks for making it Tune of the Week, and he played it then at that club, you know. So that was the first time that that the DJ played a track that I co-produced.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
That was a dream come true.
And then it was What's called?
Aquaplaning.
Yeah, but what was the famous one?
Freeloader. That was after
Freeloader,
that.
yeah.
You know, that was a bit like this. We made that underground record, and it became Tune of the Week, and it got some support in England from I think Dave Pierce or some DJ like that. You know, but
legend,
it just stopped. You know, then it just did like good week, and then went down. So like I was like. Then you had these club trance records with more melody and stuff. I said, we can do that too, you know. And I also love it, but at that time, commercial was not totally the sound that I was for. I liked more the underground stuff, but I said we can also do that. So yeah, we just made it for fun to prove that
you
we
could
do that.
Yeah.
And we could.
Yeah. It was massive when we were younger.
Yeah.
Like where we lived.
Yeah.
You know, it was back in the day when you had like
Bluetooth and shit.
Everyone had Bluetooth, you know, and you'd send a track through Bluetooth. Yeah, that track was like big in our school for everyone sent it.
Super cool. Yeah, we had a great period with that. You know, it was on the radio in Holland. We made the charts in a lot of countries. You were like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
You know? It was from nothing to that.
Yeah, it's even funnier because it wasn't really like in your mind. You were just making it for fun.
Yeah, really. And a lot of people in the music always say that that's not possible. You know, but it was not totally our taste, because especially Ron was a really underground lover.
Yeah.
I'm always mixed in my career still between commercial and underground, you know, and Dirk also, and we managed to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And, it was super cool, and it went from step to step, you know. First time like Sensation White, it was played, you know, like whoa, DJ Jean played it.
Whoa.
And that was a big thing. Then it came on the compilation of Sensation White. Compilations were a big thing back then. With a typo in it. It was called Top Loader there instead of Freeloader. So that was a thing. You know, what's the name of the track? Then suddenly it became, we got licenses from Japan for compilation CDs and everything. And like, we have to make a radio version. It has to be a little vocal in it. So we added a little vocal, you know. All came step by step.
Were you getting bookings?
We were getting bookings, and I couldn't play at that time. I was only a vinyl collector because, you had to collect the vinyl because the real cool stuff was not on the compilation CDs; it was on vinyl.
Yeah.
So I was a massive vinyl collector, but I couldn't play because I was only interested in producing.
Yeah.
It was a different craft, eh?
Yeah.
Producer was not DJ at that time.
Yeah.
But we got bookings, and I'm a guy like that. If we get bookings, I'm gonna learn it, eh? So in 3 months, every day and night, practicing with vinyl playing, and I could do it.
And did you play as 3?
Yeah, we all, Dirk and me, learned to do it, and Ron already could play.
Yeah.
So we played like with the DJ team.
And how long did that go on for? Like,
the thing was, we didn't have any underground credibility, so it was like a commercial hit, but not a #1 hit. So we never really broke through, but just a little bit. And at that time, a little bit in the DJ scene was like, hey, you have cool gigs in clubs in Germany. It was a club time, eh? It was only clubs. In Poland, in Holland. So we had cool gigs for a year and a half. And we made a follow-up that also did okay, not as super good as the other one, but okay. And then we had to make a third one, and then it went a bit wrong creatively between the 3 of us, so it bled that. We didn't get in a fight or something, but it just
fizzled out.
Stopped.
Yeah. Because it must have been hard back then to get your name out, right? Because there was no social media. Like,
it was only a website.
So, so what did you have to do? Rely on promoters or like?
Yeah, the thing was, I also did a study at the same time, marketing, and my internship was with a really famous booking agency. So yeah, we just signed there. You know, it was a commercial bookings agency, Jan Vis agency.
Yeah,
and still really big in the commercial world, and it was logical to be bookable there.
Yeah.
Was there internet forums back then?
I remember I was even so proud that I printed all the stuff that was talked about Freeloader or Driftwood, and I still have it somewhere in maps.
That's
I was so proud.
Yeah.
yeah, you have to imagine like music is my life as a fan, and suddenly you're talked about yourself. That's such a big thing for you, you know.
Yeah.
So at that time, that was really special.
And did you think though that it was still going to be a hobby at that point?
I had to finish my school, you know.
Yeah.
That's. I'm also happy. I got nothing from it at the end, but I would say the same to my kid. You know, my father and my mother said that, and I did it, and at that time, I think you always hope, but you don't know, and the money came later, because you don't get paid at that moment. You know, it came. The royalties was really half year later, that. So that you could really for example, that my father trusted it, that like this can be a paid job, became later.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he told me that when he was cutting my hair.
And then still between that period and my hardstyle breakthrough were some years.
How long was that?
Maybe 4 or 5 years in between, because like I said, we were a team. With Driftwood, I focused really on making melodies. That was my thing, melodies. And Ron was more the equipment guy. Dirk did a lot of with the beats and stuff. So we had our own strengths and tasks. It was a good combination. But I couldn't do anything myself totally yet. So learning that stuff, and that was still before YouTube tutorials and everything. Yeah, it took some years. And I also, my father is a guy like, okay, you can do that, but money has to come in. So he has a hair salon. I had to learn how to become a barber and work also in the salon. So it became like a part-time thing.
Side kind of hustle, yeah.
And there was not the complete trust yet also for yourself. You don't know 100% that you're gonna, you hope it and you feel you can do it, but it's only there when it's really happening.
Yeah. But when you were doing Driftwood, were you also into hardstyle at that point, like show tech and stuff?
Yeah. I followed everything, and when I went out myself, I went still to hardcore parties, you know, and to hardstyle. I saw the birth of hardstyle really happening in front of my nose.
Yeah.
It went like you have to see it like this. Hardcore, the style that I liked. Just before that, there was something that at that time they called old school. There was like the 1991 till 1993 sound.
Yeah.
And there were even parties who were named like that. And that were the parties. But you know, if I like something, I go look back in time. What did I miss when I was too young? So I searched, and I'm obsessed with that stuff. And I want to hear that music that I was too young for. I wanted to hear it also when going out, you know. So I went to these parties where we were like the young guys, and those were already older guys. But for us, it was like, oh, this music I know from CD, but I never heard it live, you know. So I wanted to hear that. And at that parties, there was like a group of DJs, and you were talking about The Prophet, Dana, Pavo, Gizmo, and Busfuzz, type like that, playing that 1991, 1993 sound. Only they had to play it a lot, and they were, I think, like bored with it, and they were like, hey, we're gonna play some new stuff in between. And that was influenced by, this is how I felt it, like the Italian stuff, the Italian hard trance, the Mauro Picotto stuff, BXR records. From Germany, the Tresor Track stuff. From England, you had hard house,
Mark
Tom
Sherry,
Harding, that stuff, JP, a lot of stuff. And then the hardcore influence, that combined became really like the birth of hardstyle, in my opinion. And they started playing these tracks, and of course, because they were producers, they also started making it. So I really heard the first Scan Tracks release in an old school set, played in between, you know?
That's really cool.
So that was like, hey, this is new. And I had to get used to it, but I liked it.
Was it the BPM that you had to get used to?
It was the reverse bass that I had to get used to.
Oh.
That was the thing. You had the hardcore, to me was like, and suddenly you go,
Yeah, it's more groovy.
Yeah, so I had to get a little bit used to that, but I also liked it, you know. But guys like Showtek and guys from the south of Holland had more, I think, more influence of the jump and Belgium influences. That was more that, you know, and combined with reverse bass. But they also had a lot of of a lot of jump influence, and I really like that stuff.
Yeah.
So the old Sani stuff, Showtech, I love that.
Yeah. For us, it was for me, it was Showtech. That was the first. Because in Scotland, you probably know this when you play there, but they like everything. Like they don't have like a specific thing. So we never were told when we were younger, this is hardstyle, this is hard dance.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I came to Holland I even heard that people were really looking at it that way. So we just mixed everything into everything. So Darren Styles was the same as Scott Brown, was the same as
Angerfist.
Everyone was just the same. And then it wasn't until like Showtech came along where the first time we were like, no, this is
different.
This is something different. Yeah. And then we
You
saw
know,
them in the Archies, which you know about as well, the famous
legendary
club. So that was when we. But when I noticed there was something different, but it was a little bit after when you're talking about.
But I remember already in the time when the hardcore was Scotland was already a thing, eh?
Yeah.
You know, you heard influences with Scottish vocals, Scottish MCs in it. I think there were some tracks like where you hear a screaming audience and a Scottish MC in it. Die Witness did some stuff like that, and that was already cool, you know.
Showtech made Here We Fucking Go, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because of the Archies.
And they recorded the vocals live there. Right?
Live
Yeah.
there,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I always love it in Scotland.
Yeah, you guys were so popular in Scotland when we grew up. You know, Guns for Hire.
And we still play there every year, man.
I think it used to be like twice a year at least. You used to play there.
Yeah. It was really. We have a very good relationship as Guns with
Scotland,
Glasgow Guns.
And the thing that you had as well, which was weird, is we knew people that didn't really like hardstyle, but they would come to Guns for Hire.
Cool.
And again, it might be the whole show thing as well. Maybe that was what attracted people. But because we were really into hardstyle, we knew a lot about it, and we knew that obviously it was you and Randy that were behind the mask. But some people would say it as like, oh, it's crazy, they've got Guns for Hire and they're bringing Randy and Adaro, and we'd be like, no, it's
but still every week people you have to learn it from one time for the first time that we are Guns for Hire. So still every week we get messages like, hey, I just discovered that you also are Guns for Hire. It still happens.
Did you want to keep it a secret in the beginning?
Yeah, we wanted as Guns for Hire, we never said we are Randy and Adaro, but as Randy and Adaro, we said we are Guns for Hire. So as Guns for Hire, you will never hear us say it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
what about so when you started making music, how did you go from that Showtech sound to the dark sound?
I think that's also my love for hardcore that was influenced, and at that time the Cripses came up, you know, the Donkey Rollers, Sani, B-Front. It was already a little bit darker already, and I really love that.
Yeah, because that was the thing. In the beginning, I noticed from your music, it was the first time I'd heard of course, B-Front stuff. It was dark, but there was still that kind of uplifting feeling, whereas yours had the dark and the attitude at the same time, which was
but I'm really influenced also by hardcore, you know. It's what Promo did, Mark Cardi Payne, Roughneck, all the Millennium hardcore, you know, a lot of stuff also in that period. If you listen to Cripses music, it's also a lot of influence by the Millennium hardcore and hardcore, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's we owe a lot to them.
I was actually at your trilogy. Did I tell you that before? Yeah, I was at your trilogy.
Yeah.
And all my friends that came, they were all more euphoric kind of. So they were saying the whole way there, we're going to go to the frontliner area. And I managed to get them all to come, and we spent the whole night.
There was an incredible hard sound there, eh?
Yeah. Loud, you mean, yeah?
Yeah. Incredibly loud. I even think my later ear problems got a boost on that party. Yeah.
And
I felt like I played so many hours, and at around 5 when I played with E-Force back to back, I remember having a feeling of a lightning struck in my head, an attack or something, you know. And it was like that. There was just, you know, I didn't sleep before Trilogy because I was in the studio, and it was not healthy.
And were you wearing ear protection then?
I always wear ear protection, but the monitor was so loud because of the room was so loud. You had to put the monitor loud, and for so many hours after each other, you know, that was too much.
Yeah. And can you remember when you first felt something properly?
You mean with the ear problems?
Yeah.
I think I was always having a little thing on my left ear, it's to explain. You have like everybody thinks it's tinnitus, but that's the ringing. But you have another thing called hyperacusis, and that's that when sound hurts in your ears. And I always had it a little bit on my left ear, but it really progressed during that period, and it was always my biggest period of most busy period of my career, that I was booked non-stop and a lot of pressure in the studio, and it just became worse. I remember the day that it really went wrong was when I was in the studio with the Prophet. He was at my place. We were making I'm the King, and I remember like from one moment on another, we were lunching with my father and the Prophet and me, and he was with his cutlery on the plate, and I became my reaction was really aggressive, like, "Hey, softer, my ears hurt," and they were looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But to me, it was like, if they were normally eating, but to me it was like if they were, and it was like, so I became grumpy, you know, and it became worse and worse, and I thought I was going crazy. So I said, "Go home, I'm stopping," you know, and I panicked a little bit, you know, and it became worse and worse and worse, and until a point. Few weeks later, I also had to stop the whole career.
But was it from high frequencies or everything?
Not high. I don't know. Yeah, it's mid-high. It's just sharp tones.
Because forks are quite sharp, right? Like
forks, resonant sounds. Let's say it like that. And also, for example, when I was talking with people, when they had an S or a T, it was like if I was getting hit in the face. That far it became. So what do? You want to protect yourself. So I was walking with. I was really madman at that time, but I was walking with like I googled what's the best ear protector headphones
construction ones.
Construction ones. I was walking with that through the house.
Wow.
I couldn't stand any sound anymore. If I was listening to a TV, the compression from the program, the post processing. Compression, I could hear it, and it was exaggerating in my ears. I was like, I'm going crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And you are going crazy.
Yeah.
Did that affect your sleep and stuff as well?
Oh man, everything. I was crying on bed all day.
Fuck, bro.
Did you think at that point it was tinnitus, so that's what you thought?
Yeah, hyperacusis is called. I knew it was.
Oh, you knew that
from the beginning. If you Google that word, you only get things to see like suicide and stuff. So
wow.
I even had completely peace with my career being over. I was way more worried about my life.
Your sanity,
Yeah. So I was only in bed lying. Tessa was a real big help for me at that period. Because my father didn't understand it.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Don't complain, you know.
Yeah.
He couldn't understand it.
And was there much specialists at that time, or was it not?
Yeah, you try to find out how to cure it, because, you know, your fighter in yourself comes up, you know, and you want to solve it. You read these things about suicide and stuff, but I'm also like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. So you do various treatments until you hope that one works. So you call. There was a colleague that I heard that also had some problems. What did you do? I did acupuncture. I go do acupuncture. Nothing works. I even went to you even go into the paranormal stuff, you know. But suddenly, I was thinking, why the fuck did that happen? What did I do in the months before? Okay, maybe it's my ears, but I already wore ear protection since I was 18. I did a hearing test. You have the hearing of a little child. Perfect. So my ears are not fucked up. My hearing is not fucked up. What is it? Well, the problem is that it's a brain-ear connection thing. So there is a threshold that your brain says, now the sound is too loud, we're going to give a hurt signal. You know, for example, when a police drives by with the sirens, when it comes too close, you get like this, huh?
Yeah.
And that feeling, the threshold, your brain made the threshold way too low. So a sound that shouldn't be loud, your brain processed as loud, and we're going to give a pain signal. So everything hurts. That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but why did it happen? It can happen if, for example, you have fireworks by your ear. People get it from that. It can happen in the military when there is a gunshot too much near your ear. It can happen when you don't protect your ears and you go to a party too much. But that wasn't my case, you know. So I was like, okay, what the fuck did I do? I remember I did a lot of boxing. I couldn't move my shoulders. So I went to a physical therapist. There was a new technique at that time called dry needling.
Oh, yeah.
So this was completely stuck. I couldn't move it, you know. That was my thing, that where I always had pain. He did with the needles everywhere. And the pain was completely gone. I could box. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? This is perfect. So, to me, it was just my stupid analysis. But afterwards I was right. Did the blockage go from there to there? I called the guy. I said, hey, this is my simple man theory. What do you say about it? He said, well, I never heard of it, but why not in your position? You know, so I know a woman who had an education for doing that with the needles here, like in the head and the jaws, because when I pushed here, it was completely as pushing on a bruise spot, you know, when you have a blue mark. That feeling was same here. So, and I thought like, hey, we're gonna try. I go to that woman, lives happily nearby to me. I get one treatment. She did some things with the needles, and the complaints went a little away. So I was like, whoa, this. And then you get positive energy, yeah? Because, you know, I canceled all my gigs. The whole process took a half a year. We are now I stopped in January. We are now in April, May with the treatment, you know. So 3-4 months of fucked up life. And then I discovered this. At the same time, there is also a mental thing. So I got in touch with a psychologist who is specialized in audio. And I had to go 1 time a week to Rotterdam to talk with the guy. And he learned the process of not being afraid of sound. That if you are afraid of sound, the complaints will get more. So instead of, ooh, pain, we're going to avoid it, you have to say, ooh, pain, come on.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
That reaction, that you have to learn that, eh? And it's not like the time after that it will go away, but it's a really long process. That's how they normally fix it when it has nothing to do with the muscles. You know, the
You get used to it, basically. Rather
Yeah, you have to say to yourself, fuck the pain, we're going on. But that's difficult, eh?
Yeah.
Because your immediate reaction is pain, ears, career, you know, life.
Yeah.
So that went hand in hand with my treatment with the dry needling. But, you know, the sun starts shining again when a little bit of the complaints go
have
away.
hope.
Yeah, you have hope.
Yeah.
And, I got hope. I even went to a party backstage on Intense, walking around, because in February, when I walked next to a location where they were playing bass music, I walked in my village. It was Carnival, and I walked there and I fainted because of the low frequencies. It was like getting hit in the back of the head. So I was like, whoa! I was a little bit away, you know.
Wow.
And that was the worst period. But I was afraid to get that again on Intense, but nothing happened. So you get positive. Then, hey, the complaints, I went to her 3 times a week. Complaints really go away, you know. Hey, maybe I can listen to a song again. Maybe I can watch TV again with sound, you know. And I did that, and suddenly everything went okay. Maybe I can go to the studio. Oh, but still you have that constant fear of not doing too much. So I started with half an hour, build it up, build it up. But I wasn't even thinking about playing yet, eh? But build it up, build it up. I was making music again in June. And then, yeah, of course, on the back end, everybody wants to have the comeback. Eh?
Do you know what it was?
There was a comeback party, and it was a real party. I did it on Decibel, and the week before I did in Scotland.
We were there.
You were there.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
But
yeah.
I didn't really publicly. It was more like a test.
Test. We thought
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were like, why is Scotland getting
Yeah.
your comeback?
That was my
We
test.
actually went to Decibel the week after, and people were like, "Yeah, the comeback of Adaro, first
like,
time
we
playing."
already
I was
seen
out.
him.
We seen him last week.
Yeah. so that was the test for the big one, Decibel, and that was a real. That was an amazing memory. You know, the area was closed for safety. And,
Yeah.
I went to be even a little bit emotional in a speech. You know, I'm not a talker on stage, but at that time I wanted to thank everybody. You know, especially Tessa, for example, who was there really for me. Yeah, I got a little bit emotional.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because at one point you must have thought, this is
Yeah,
never
it's
going
done.
to come back.
Yeah, and I say it again, Tessa took me to that period.
Yeah.
She did. She brought me everywhere to every treatment. She was my help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they were doing the needles, were the needles going in this part by any chance?
No,
Or was it around
what
here?
happened is like all the muscles were over tensed. Like when at night I clench my teeth. I always melodies and rhythms. I do it like this with my teeth. So everything's way too tensed, and she just, you know, when a muscle is too tense, there is a knot. You can massage it away, or you can put a needle in it, and it goes away, and the blood flows again. You know, and that's what happened there. And for example, she measured how much can you open your mouth in the beginning of the treatment, and afterwards I could open it for 1.5 centimeter more.
Yeah.
That's you see how tense it was. And these muscles also are from your jaws. I didn't know that. But
Yeah, I have this. And it's not for fashion. It's from my clinic in Veldhoven.
Okay.
And it's a little bit similar to what you're saying. It's like for if you get pain in your neck, and I was getting a lot of like headaches, and I noticed when I was stressed, my teeth became sore.
Yeah.
And I used to think I had toothache, and I
Yeah.
was like, why is that? But I was really skeptical of the place. If I'm being honest, it was my ex-girlfriend at the time. She'd got it done, and I was a bit like, I'm not sure. But they done that. But they say that there's like a nerve that runs back around here and through here.
Yeah.
And
It's all connected.
one of the tests they done was really crazy, because you don't realize even you're breathing. So they get you to go on a bike, and they test all the needles, and you go on the bike with the needle, and you're on the spot, and then you come off after a minute, and they're like, "How's your breathing?" You're like, "It's okay." And then she took the needle out, and I was like,
Whoa.
and I had goosebumps and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. All is connected, and maybe it goes to your because I think it's also, of course, stress related. Eh?
Yeah.
And it goes to your weak spots. So what happened when I solved this? When I don't have this, I went to my lower back. But you can live with lower back pain. You know, it's not such an influence as this.
Yeah. And it's probably better that it was that, right? Because if it had been tinnitus, then
Yeah,
there was nothing, right? You can do.
that's hell. You know, I still get weekly messages from people like, "How did you solve your tinnitus?" I didn't solve my tinnitus.
yeah.
You know, I had hyperacusis solved it because my complaints were this and this and this.
Yeah.
Do you recognize something with what I say? I can advise you this and that. But there can be a lot of reasons why you have it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like Adaro solved it, I can do the same as him, you know? That's
It was a different
the
thing.
different causes for everyone.
Yeah,
But
because
I helped, some people got help by my story. So that makes me very happy, you know, to help them.
they say with tinnitus, hearing loss comes with tinnitus, right? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah,
But also the tinnitus part is also mental influence.
yeah,
And that same guy, that audio psychologist who helped me, also helped a lot of people dealing with tinnitus. You know?
So when you came back, did you feel more like grateful than ever?
But I'm not gonna say into detail, but I had some more health issues in my life, and I was already grateful.
Yeah.
I'm always grateful.
Yeah.
I had a lot of second chances in my.
It's something as well. Your ears that not that you take for granted, but you don't realize how much they influence everything else in your life.
Yeah.
Like everything you do.
Yeah, being healthy every day, I'm happy that I wake up healthy.
Yeah.
And I really am grateful for that. It's nothing is, in Holland we say vanzelfsprekend. I don't know the English word, but that really is.
That's what you need to concentrate on.
Health is everything.
It's your greatest wealth.
Physical health or mental health, that's the same. Health is everything.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And do you just your produce as normal? You do everything the same way you done before that?
The first year I was limiting myself. For example, in gigs, I was only bookable for one gig in the week.
Right.
But after a year, I said, open the full agenda. There was, of course, I missed a lot of money at that time.
Yeah.
Financially, it's like
because you were popping off, right?
I was at that time on my peak of my career,
I bet your Randy was pissed off as well.
With guns. Not pissed off because he saw what was happening. You cannot be pissed off of that. But we missed also a lot of gun stuff.
Did you ever think about putting someone else in the mask?
My father said, put me on the mask.
He would have loved it.
He even said, let me play as Adaro.
Yeah, he was popping off at that time as well, right?
He would have loved that as well.
That's
but I said, Pop, really, that's the... Yeah, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious, but...
That's also a memory I have from Trilogy, like, obviously, but it was before Rebellion, so, like, we were fanboy and everything, and then we saw, like, loads of people taking photos and flashlights. We were like, oh, there's a big DJ over there, like, we're running over to the gates, and then it was your dad, but at that point we didn't know, and we were saying to people, like, who is this? And they're like, oh, it's his father.
Yeah.
Your dad was loving it. He's getting like selfies with everyone.
You know him also as a barber.
Yes, I do.
So you know how he is.
Yeah, he's a legend.
He's a character.
He is a legend. Yeah. Some of the funniest haircuts I've ever had.
I can understand. And he still does it.
Yeah. He's cool. Like he's the epitome of ages in the mind.
Yeah. He said to me like your feeling of getting older stops when you're 25, and I at that time he said that, and I think he's right a little bit,
Yeah.
So I'm now 40. What is it? 2020, 45, and I still feel 25. Not in my body, but in my brain.
Yeah.
But that's important, right? Especially in this game.
Yeah, keeps you the work keeps you young, and that's good.
Do you still do boxing?
Not anymore because of a health thing, but I changed it to easy cardio.
Right.
I would love to still do it, but I have to look out a little.
That's where your famous dance move comes from.
Yeah. I can say there is something in the family with the heart.
The heart, okay.
So that's why I stopped with. I got a kid now.
Yeah.
So you cannot think.
Don't want to stress your body out too much. Plus, if you're playing every week as well, right?
So if you have a kid and you have to watch out with your heart, I don't want my kid not to have a father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you know you were doing that dance move, or was it just naturally?
It came natural.
Yeah.
Because in the boxing training we played hardcore and hardstyle, so it was always the warming up was always with hardcore and hardstyle.
Yeah, that was your thing when.
It was normal to me.
Yeah. I always remember Hunter of the Dark. That was massive song.
Yeah. That was like at a period where I didn't have a lot of DJ gigs yet.
Right.
And it was also, I was, when you start having more gigs, you get influenced by your gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Because by letting people dance.
What's working, what's not working.
Hound of the Dark, I didn't give a fuck what worked or not.
Was that the one that Headhunters put on the show?
I already hit you with the bank shit before that.
Right.
But Hound of the Dark, he said, I think, or was it with Hit You with the Bank shit? He said in his podcast, Adaro is a talent, and I let it hear to my father. And at that time, my father said, okay, stop your barber shit now, go to the studio.
Take it seriously, yeah.
And go for it.
Yeah.
So that was, for me, that Headhunter said that, was a big impact on my life.
Yeah, and then you went on to make the remixes and stuff like that.
The Fuck the Fake shit came after that. The No Time to Sleep.
Yeah.
And House of Wax bootleg. A lot of super cool Guns track we made at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would you say is your favorite song of all time that you've made?
that's difficult. You know, you guys know it. They're all your babies.
Yeah.
And but for my career, the most meant, of course, The Hound of the Dark, because I was. But later on, it got a little bit of love hate. I will talk about it later. But I was too much for the crowd, like the dark, and I was more. You know.
Yeah.
So that became like a bit of a love-hate thing. But if I look back now, what I think what I still enjoy the most of playing, of course you have these big hits like Bolivia, but yeah, I heard it too much. But what I still really like is, for example, I'm a Criminal from Guns.
Oh yeah.
Sorrow has a special place. Kings of the Underground not really bores me. That's the Gun stuff. Hounds of the Dark, Adaro, the Answers remix, of course, became a big one. And you see also the joy that it brings to the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But from the period after, where I got a lot of criticism, you know, that the hype was over. And those tracks, there are a lot of tracks that were really not welcomed well online and in the scene, that I now play in classic sets and get a second life.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you get criticism also because you were that big, huh? So they look with another glasses to your new stuff, and yeah, you know how it goes. If you became that big, you go down and you get, that's how it goes. So
people just want to give their opinion. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what the opinion is.
Yeah, and if you change a little bit, or he doesn't know how to do it anymore, his ears, you get that, and that's frustrating. But that's just how it works. And for example, the Disruption track with Jack of Sound did nothing. Now it's one of the highlights in my sets. My I Spit Fire did nothing. It's now my favorite track in the sets. You know, so. That makes me happy. The God remix. Nobody liked it. Now I play it, whole room. Made some cuts for it now, you know, to make it shorter for 2026. But that really makes me happy. Like, I got insecure of that. Also, like, are they right? But you also have a little bit of confidence, and the fighter comes up, and you like, fuck you, I'm going to show you I can still do it. So,
yeah, it's difficult when that happens. Like, people put you in a box and then
they
don't realize that we're human. You know, sometimes we do change, or what we like changes anyway, or what we want to make. Or
I think those tracks were the last dark stuff. Really, like you have to see like this. I was for the people, the Hound of the Dark. You had to make dark music, but you really limit yourself when you only make dark music, and when your taste is way broader. You know, so. At a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm sick of constantly finding a new screech pattern and everything has to be dark. And fuck the criticism. I'm going to do everything I like and fuck you all. And then became my second period of my career.
Second wave.
With more melodic stuff and everything, you know. Yeah. Just the way as I always played, because I didn't play always dark.
Yeah.
I played everything.
Yeah.
And that was when I thought, like, I'm play everything, I'm going to make everything.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
Yeah, because you had, like, the period also with the Rough State guys, right, where you were a bit more melodic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
And making everything. For me, the most important thing is to just enjoy my work in the studio. And when I can make everything I want, I'm a happy man, you know. And if it's not on the main stage every week or the big success or a hype, fuck it, I'm a happy man.
Yeah, I always loved your track with Mist when the stars connect. And,
also did very well.
Yeah. So do you ever like go back and you think I want to make a darker track, or do you think?
That's a funny thing. When I was full on melodic, it started itching again with darkness.
We had the same way overdose in Rebellion.
And also when for example, also with guns, we made less darker stuff, and when we started doing it again, like it was like going back to your core, to your strength, and it was also fresh again, in your opinion. You know, it was maybe when you stopped with it, it was not fresh and exciting anymore, but yeah, a few years later, it's cool again. You feel it again, and also, yeah, you get when there is the feeling that it's also possible again. You know, then yeah, you get excited.
You think it's also the curse of being in a studio all the time?
Yeah,
Because like for someone that comes, they maybe listen a couple of times on Spotify, they turn up on a Saturday, and they don't realize we've sat for like 50 hours in a studio and heard it over and over.
Yeah.
So we get, well, I know for us, we get more sick of a sound quicker than anybody else because we are
of course.
like hearing it all the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I heard you say in the podcast you loop the loop syndrome.
Yeah.
You loop it. Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a tough thing to get out of your head. But I think if you can get out of that, then then things become a lot more. Because I bet you when you were making like Haunter of Dark and Answers remake, you weren't even thinking like that. You were just like making
No,
stuff.
but I can tell you one thing. A lot of people always say you make your best stuff in a short period. That's with those tracks, absolutely not. The Haunter of the Dark, months.
Wow.
And also, the funny thing is, it couldn't have been done in a shorter period because at that time, when I was making something, I make something, throw it away. You throw away a lot, and because you made something that you throw away, you get to the next step, and you get to that, and this combination, and this idea. So it was really like, and at that time you didn't have to make so much music, as now.
Yeah.
So you could really also do that. There was no problem if you had no release for half a year, you know. So as long as that track was the one, so you could really invest in making the best. The best idea also.
And was Answers, that was a long process.
A remix is always different, but it was a pretty long process. There were not so many songs that were really made quick because I'm also a really slow producer, and also with guns, you know Randy also can never be fast. You know? Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but it can be that what you just said, that you hear it too much. That can happen. It can also be cool to really do something in a flow. You know. Also, that's where I collabed a lot, and I work with guys who work like purely on feeling and on. If I, for example, when I was not so able to listen so well as an experienced producer, I was more into sketching, making fast ideas. But I lost that during the years. So when I now start with a sound, it already with that one sound has to sound good.
You're already mixing it before you.
Yeah, but it annoys me that I do that, you know, because I know it's not good. So sometimes I say to myself now, you learn every day. Like, I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to make the sketch. Or today I'm just going to make... this week I'm only going to make... I did it last year 1 week. I said, I'm only going to make melodies this week. And I made 200 melodies. And the funny thing is, 3 or 4 ended up in a track that did very well. You know, so... I was like, I have to do that more. But there was always the pressure of making the new track and stuff like that. So that's the negative side effect of now, I think. The pressure of constantly being in the picture makes it more work. You know? We have to make a track instead of, fuck it, I'm going to learn this new plugin better. Or I'm going to just sound design for a couple of days.
Yeah,
you know?
I noticed we do it, like, we were always, like, idea people. That's why maybe the quality was lacking for a long time. But at some point, we flipped. And then sometimes I feel like if we're concentrating on thinking about, like, 4 minutes instead of just thinking about the thing that we're working on. Because, like you say, like, if you're going to write melodies, but you're already thinking about how the lead should sound,
Yeah.
then your focus is away from the
Yeah,
from the
so
thing that you're
I'm
working
learning
on.
still, and for example, when I work with B-Front, I get inspired by his style. When I work with Cripsis, Frontliner, you get. I try to get all the good influences and really also correct myself. Like, hey, you're going too far now with this. Yeah, that's the constant. Yeah, you probably recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is as well that for one track it works and then from
Yeah.
another it doesn't, so it
It's always
confuses you. I
different.
wish there was just one.
Yeah, and sometimes when that's also with planning shit, also with guns. Suddenly one track goes really fast, and then you think you are Superman. Oh, we can make planning next week and the next one, and then suddenly it goes completely wrong, and you're months on one track. Again, and then comes the stress because you had that deadline with your management or your record company or your tour that's planned, and then you get the stress. So, but we still manage also with guns a lot of time. Like, and I heard in the podcast that you are also like that on the last minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We are exactly the same, and it's fucking annoying for all the people on the back end.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes.
Sometimes that not panic, but sometimes that little like kick in the ass in that last minute, it makes something happen that I don't think would happen 3 weeks before it.
100%, and you
know what I
have
mean?
to, because there's but it goes. It's not good for your health.
No,
you know?
no, bro.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And now we have families, and it's not good. It's not good,
I can see why, like, also, it makes sense, like, before some big shows so that they know, like, a lot of people, they go on about the pre-recorded stuff and that, but it's not really about the fact that people don't mix or not. It's more that the show can know what's going to happen so that they can make the experience better, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like lasers, lights and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, sometimes you're not in that flow. Like for a Defcon, for example, like right now, although you're excited to play Defcon, you're not thinking about Defcon in that way. But maybe like in the start of June, then that's when you start to kick in and you're getting excited. You're like thinking about it. So it's really tough to get in that mind frame so quickly before, like that's what we find difficult. I feel like we're not in that space straight away.
Yeah.
Then we force ourselves to be in that space and we get like confused.
Yeah.
Rather than just being like natural, like you said, like.
Yeah, I was always jealous on, for example, frequencers like it was Defcon, and they were there already the day before, and everything was relaxed, and we had to finish last week, and I was like, whoa, that never happened. Always the night before a party with guns or something, we were working till 6, 7 in the morning. 3 hours sleep and then or no sleep and then go to the party, So
yeah, we've done that before as well.
crazy life. Yeah, but still sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
And but I calculated now also. I'm realistic. I know. Yeah, that will gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. You just accept it now.
But the older you get, the less reserves you have. You noticed. Now you can do it on adrenaline, but you pay the price the days after.
100%. I've had it before where, especially some of the overdose ones, where we've stressed ourselves out that much that by the time I come to perform as overdose, I'm not even that excited anymore because. And then maybe when you're on stage and then you're like, oh yeah, but like maybe before it, like backstage, I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't even feel it now because
when you have not sleep enough, you even get stupid or you talk with people. We all had that.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I wanted to ask you about, because it's one of my favorite songs, is For the Streets remix. How did that even come about?
I think it was just because I really liked Push It to the Limit, and I played it. Regan was a talent at the time, and I just asked him to. I think I asked him, or did he ask me? I don't know, but I think I asked him to remix For the Street, and he. The original For the Street is, in my opinion, just a mediocre track, and he made a fucking hit of it.
Did you know straight away when he sent the file?
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah,
and it's also the timing was perfect. That was at that time. It couldn't be a better timing.
Yeah,
and it helped also him a lot for his career. Helped me also, so win-win.
Yeah, you premiered it at Intense, right? I think it was back then. I remember we seen it. you don't know what you done yesterday. No, I remember we because back then we didn't get to come every week, so we saw a video of it and we were like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
It was when we went to DEF CON that year, everyone was playing it.
Yeah,
Every set you went to, even like Euphoric guys and shit were playing it. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a classic to the max. Yeah, in the raw history. Yeah.
I just we still listen to this day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's I still play it in the classic sets, and massive respect to Regain.
yeah. You were playing classics at Rebirth, right?
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah, thanks. I got the message.
Yeah, we had
You're a little bit drunk.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see the
What did he send you?
No, let's not talk about it.
It was funny.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even know I sent you that, bro. I looked at it the next day. I was like,
Oh, okay.
nice to meet you. Nah, but we were there all day actually.
Cool.
The cool thing about the classic areas is that not many people bother us because most of the people there hate us.
They hate you.
I would think so, yeah. Nah, we do get a lot of people that say,
Those are the
"Why?"
Zag boys.
Yeah, but don't do. I don't think
No,
that's maybe in your mind. But
No, we always have fun there, but we do get every person says to us like, "Why are you here?" Like they're so surprised. We're like, we grew up on this. Like this is,
yeah,
and they're like, "Why don't you make it?" It's like it's not easy as that, you know. Like, you know, when you learn into hardcore, but you never made hardcore.
yeah.
Like,
but to me, the mainstream hardcore guys are the guys I really look up to, like the Player, Mad Dog. Also, for example, what the guys did in the night, the Pioneers, Paul Elstak, DJ Rob, Promo. You know, I look up massively also what they did, and especially with yeah, we all now have all the plugins and every tutorial, but they did it with the hardware and they invented stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So
for sure, there's who's the guy that we've been watching the videos and he's still making the kicks. with hardware.
Starving Instinct.
Yes.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
I've still been watching that stuff. It's fucking so
That's
cool to
super
watch,
cool.
man.
And for example, he works with CAT-Scan, and,
Yes,
and that's what I really like. That all those guys like CAT-Scan, in my opinion, feel the fire again. You know, they're all my old heroes are really active now.
But you can hear some of the Gabber sound in the techno sets and stuff. There's
but Gabber is cool again.
Yeah.
With kids in Holland and also worldwide. And for example, a good friend, I also made a collab with Panic.
Mhm.
He says I play every weekend for young kids, and he plays early rave and millennium hardcore.
That's cool.
Yeah, and really like, of course, you have the classics parties, but he sees constantly kids for his face. And
So
it's-
are you
in-
are you guys making a
we
lineup?
made a real early rave track, yeah.
Like,
So that's for me also a thing like, hey, it's not something people will expect. Maybe it's not smart strategical wise. I don't give a fuck. I just want to let my dreams come true.
do your thing, yeah.
And that was a dream come true.
Yeah. I think the military Guns Fire is kind of millennium hardcore, right?
Yeah. Military is a collab with Angerfist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me
I only
that.
learned that like maybe like last year.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
I thought it was a solo.
was not releasable because of the vocals.
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Yeah. So, but it was with Angerfist.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at the climax when you played it.
Yeah.
Also, a storm was coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
That was insane times.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Yeah.
kind of the first time or the first era where you could just drop with just kicks.
Yeah, that came at that.
It became
time.
minimal.
And
You
again,
know?
I think the first one who really did it commercially seen was
Frequencers.
Chain Reaction.
Record breaking, yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that was the first one that had the hit with it.
Made everyone's life a lot easier, right?
Yeah,
Just drop it.
But then
I
the
have
kick-
a little bit of mixed feelings with it.
Yeah. It was too easy.
Yeah, I have why I have mixed feelings is like of course it opened the creative kick game totally.
It opened the gates.
Opened the gates, but it also made tracks a little bit less interesting. to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be done right. Frequencers were good at it for a
Yeah.
lot. They done Hollow it was as well. Jackie
Yeah.
Sound was
Yeah, but
good at it.
do these kick drops purely based on kicks stand the test of time? I doubt that.
Mm.
You know?
I used to like the ones that still had some catchy element, like Das Whiteland.
Yeah, and small things
Yeah.
can completely give
The-
character to it. Eh?
Yeah.
But only kick drops, it was cool in the beginning, but to me it was that's not always a good development.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really hear it much these days. Or, yeah.
A lot.
I completely forgot about Zag kicks.
But
you don't hear
that's the strange thing.
you
You,
don't-
know that I love Sark kicks. Huh?
Yeah,
I love
you
Sark
were telling
kicks.
me that, yeah.
But that's
So when are we getting a Adaro Zag track then?
hey, the Pils remix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty early Sark, huh?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Randy done one last
Randy
year.
also likes it.
Yeah.
You know, we for example, I really like the dark horror stuff. I like the development that the BPM goes down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I follow it. I don't play it that much, but I follow it and I can enjoy it. I went to a dark horror set last year. If something happens, although it's not always my taste, I want to understand why it works. You know, so I go live to it. Sometimes in the beginning, when there is a revolution, you sometimes you look at it like, because you don't understand, you look at negatively, but you have to be opened up a little bit sometimes. For example, with my love for mainstream hardcore, when Uptempo came, there was like a bit like, hey, you're dominating the scene so much that the mainstream hardcore is getting less attention, and to me, those are the heroes. And then, for example, I didn't like Uptempo that much, and Vertal said to me like, Uptempo is super cool, man. But I just didn't experience it live. I only heard it on the phone or on social media or something. And then I went to, I think, Dimitri K or something. I went in the crowd, and then I felt it, and I understand it.
Yeah.
You know?
And the crowd never lies.
No, the crowd never lies, and you just you open your mind more, you know. But considering that, there are also things that I understand, but I don't like.
Yeah.
You know, up tempo, I can now also say sometimes I like it, and Zaag I like, but some kicks I really don't like.
Yeah. Okay, I've got 3 tough questions for you.
Okay.
Right. You need to give an answer. So I'll start off with the best kick ever made. You can choose one of your own if you really want to.
If you have to, then I would choose the chronic disorder kick that was so much, and that was originally also from Promo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was Angerfist behind.
Go check out, I think, What the Fuck from Promo, or another one from that era from his File series. Go check that out.
It's one of those kicks that you could use in an edit now and it would still work.
It's still sick.
Yeah,
It's a fucking good one.
That's the best, yeah.
Okay,
Still
a harder one. Best melody.
That changes per day with me, but if I have to choose now, I'm at that moment, at the last 2 years, I'm really influenced by the period of the Italian stuff like the Angel or the Raiders Feeling Tune Boy remix or Davide Sonar Natural.
Yeah.
That are to me, they are not for nothing in the top 10 of all times, you know. So that to me are my biggest influences melody wise now, and I still, you know, when I play raw classics, sometimes I play Italian melodic classics between, and it gives me such a pleasure, and also the crowd that to me is hardstyle history.
Yeah, that Italian era was like your Zatox, used to Tanka. It's like it was so good, and they had their own flavor of hardstyle. It was really
Italians
unique.
have flavor.
Yeah.
Italians have depth and flavor. They can make,
especially melody wise, right? You can hear a melody.
Sound wise, if you look, man, TNT, how fucking good they are in everything they've done.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for them that they now finally get the recognition also in the hard techno scene. Because they were, they I think they made that sound, and they were not rewarded for that until a couple of months ago. Now they get booked on the parties, so I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, and it's weird that their music always sounded fresh, right? There's not really been a phase where you've thought, oh, that sounds old now.
Yeah,
like it's just
so
old.
cool. Yeah.
I think it's also because it was always the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like they never tried to be like emotional or like.
They did. They have if you see the feeling Raiders, the feeling Tune Boy remix, pure emotional.
I don't even know that song.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh yeah. I've heard,
Also-
it's one of those songs that you hear, but
Yeah, but-
They have like 1,000 aliases as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing, the aliases.
Dark
But if you
oscillators
if
as
you
well.
So
look,
many.
go look back on that period and listen to what they made, is it also TNT? Is it also TNT?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking legends to the max.
and they're still going hard as well.
So cool to see, and it also gives hope for being when you're getting older and still being relevant and doing cool stuff. You know, that inspires me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what Paul Elstak's doing, at that age, that's my examples now. You know,
The next one's going to be tough then. Who's the best artist of all time?
Artist?
In hard dance, obviously.
yeah. But do you mean artist like the whole package or producer?
You
or,
can pick. You can pick.
Artist. Yeah, I cannot. Mark Cardi Payne, I would say.
Musically.
Musically, and if you look at his discography, what he did in hardcore, he has the whole spectrum. He has, and if you look at that was called like fast hard, maybe I don't know if you can call it terror, but 6 Million Ways to Die.
Yeah.
It's from him. He had all these aliases. He had really tracks that had a trancey feeling with a lot of reverb and everything, and it sounded for that period extremely high quality. But he also had the best in-your-face hits, like Stereo Murder, or I Like It Loud was a commercial hit, top 40 hit. So
Yeah.
he did it all. Every style, everything. He had different alias for everything, but he did it all. He's like the ultimate discography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also maybe unlucky that he was just before like the period where DJs became like,
Superstars.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And also with that aliases, only the people who are interested know that he is all that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what, going back to TNT is so cool as well, because
Yeah.
they were able to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
And I know Tune Boy, for example, also likes old hardcore.
yeah. Yeah, you can kind of hear that.
Yeah.
You can hear
For
that
sure.
in the music.
Yeah.
That they like that. Yeah, like, I think most dance stuff in hardstyle at the moment is based from
Yeah.
TNT.
Yeah, true.
The way that they
Yeah,
do
the
it.
whole hard techno scene is bigly influenced by that. How do you call it? Super hardstyle?
yeah.
I actually think she was talking about.
Zag kicks and shit.
Really, I thought she was maybe talking about melodic hardstyle.
Super hardstyle. I think she was meaning because she was going, the bass doesn't knock on the speakers.
Yeah.
I think it was just because the Zag kick is like just such a flat tone.
Doesn't
Yeah.
have a punch.
No punch.
Yeah, I had to get used to that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you, when you made the sidekick, how did you make it in Serum?
Yeah, we went together with Frantic, eh? So,
Yeah, there's a real retarded way to make it. We can maybe tell you off camera.
yeah. Curious?
I don't know if we'll like give away the
always
secret.
want to learn.
The secret sauce.
The secret way, but
And with Shark Kicks, it's not that I like every Shark Kick. I like the good ones.
Not the
Ones that
microwave ones.
ones that have a bit more groove.
Microwave, yeah, I see it more microwave. It's getting a scene now and it's getting a sound, but to me, it's not. I cannot really take it seriously.
You can't dance to it anymore.
I
That's
respect
the
the
thing.
guys who do it, and I can respect the guys who have a career on it, of course. And maybe I'm an old man now, but to me, it's a gimmick.
Yeah, the thing that we
yeah.
notice, maybe it's different because we're plenty of people that like hardstyle, but you can do it once, possibly twice in a set, but after that it becomes like meh.
Yeah, but there are people who can do it in a whole set.
Yeah, but I think there are plenty of people that are also like, that's what they want to hear.
Yeah, but that group is getting pretty big. Things are really changing in some countries.
that's
that
true.
and that amazes me. But I think it's also, of course, why I understand it. It's because it's also rebellious, of course.
Yeah.
It's like against the normal thing. And when you're young, you want that, you know.
Yeah,
So,
that's one of the things that some people forget about hardstyle is that hardstyle was always underground and it was developed for the underground. We were like and same with hardcore.
yeah.
It was to go against, but then when it becomes like not commercial, but it becomes more mainstream,
Yeah.
you're going to then create another underground.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
when you start a career, everything changes. You
Yeah.
get to know the business side. You produce different. You get influenced by playing, and when you're just going out and not busy with producing and stuff, you have to really remember of that mindset somehow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you forget the dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
because you guys were the underground when
Yeah.
actually, like, I always tell this story because people just assume that because we make fucked up music sometimes that we're like that. But I remember someone showing me B front back in the day, like when I was younger, and I've been like, that's too much. That's too much for me. Like my mind just couldn't get past like how music could be dark or hard. Like I was a big Headhunter, Psychopunks kind of fanboy. And then now, you know, like the progression of that, it's weird how your brain can get used to like extremes in music.
True. And I'm just gonna say it. Like for me, like 2 years ago, I think on Decibel, you know, I wanna say like I never want to be the old guy complaining that it used to be all better, you know, and that was always something that was really important to me. Like adapt also, but also adapt when you feel it, you know. And there came a point in the scene like 2 years ago when I was at Decibel. I was with my back to the stage, and a couple of sets like that because we were friends there, and I couldn't hear the difference between some artists anymore, and it was all the same to me, and it really bored me. Like, and then I was just done with that, and maybe at that time I tried to follow the trend also a little bit too much, but when a certain extreme kicks came, I was like, this is really not my taste anymore. So that was the limit for me, you know. So instead of what you start thinking, what should I do, you know? And then I like also at the same time play some classic sets, and I got influenced by like these melodic tracks I just talked about. Like, why is this not made anymore? Hey, I'm gonna try myself. and that changed my world again completely, and got a new pathway to do, you know.
Yeah, but do you think it's maybe a mentality thing from talents nowadays? Like they think differently than maybe
What do you
before.
mean?
Like I'm pretty sure maybe when you were doing Hunter of the Dark, you wanted to do your own thing, even if it never worked. Right? You were like, no, but I want this to be.
And it was never a dance floor hit, Hunter of the Dark.
Yeah, but I think, do you not think maybe like people, younger guys now, they don't think like that. They more think like, how do I make music that makes me be this person?
Famous.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. I think that's a social media thing. The quick road to fame now is TikTok.
But it's hard to explain that to someone because you're not from that. Like obviously, like we're not that old, but we're old enough to be from the generation before that. So I feel like explaining that to a younger guy now is really hard. You know what I mean? Because it's risky. Because it's like if you say, "Oh, this is popular at the moment," but don't do that. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, because the society nowadays is with social media is a lot. It's all about success, and to me, it's only about music.
Yeah.
And success comes, hopefully, with doing the music that you love, and can be different factors why it will happen or not. You know, timing, lucky, qualities, talent, but. Nowadays with social media you constantly see success stories and everything. Also the kids you see these marketing guys try to get you into courses and everything and pay me and I bring you success. With the kids that's the thing now, huh?
One of the worrying things that I experienced over the last couple of years is like when we were coming through, we would speak to like the bigger guys and it would be more like talking about music and stuff like that and advice on stuff like that would benefit us in that way. But a lot of talents that come up to me now, they're asking about like management, like, you know, business stuff, and they're really, that's their first thought. But I always tell them like,
but they also think everything is because of networking.
Yeah.
You know, network is nothing. In when I started, it was not about networking. It was about being the best producer.
Yeah.
You know, possible within what you could do, and have cool ideas and cool songs. Not about who you know or who you lick ass to.
No, man. No, we came from Scotland and knew nobody.
Yeah.
You know, like, so we realised that pretty quickly. We actually used to delete ideas that were good ideas because we knew that they were too much like someone else.
Yeah.
And we thought, okay, this is not what we want to do. Like, we were really, from the beginning, we said that we would rather be not popular, but have our own sound than be popular and sound like someone else.
Super
You know
cool.
what I mean? But I think
I
that's
respect that,
been
really.
lost a lot, I think.
Yeah. There are always exceptions, you know, but I also think like the pure fame hunters will not have long careers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, especially not in these days when everything goes really quick up, but also really quick down. You know, the guys who have the love for the music will last.
Yeah. But it's hard to explain to a young person, right? Like,
Yeah, but I still also get talents that think like us.
Yeah.
You know? So that's not all.
no.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's not about age, because timing can happen anytime, you know?
Yeah, the only thing that frustrates me a little bit is like I always, when I give talents advice to the years, like go for the music. Learn if DJs want to have success, they learn producing. You know, and producing. But nowadays, producing is getting less and less important,
Yeah.
and that annoys me. You
Yeah.
know that the marketing part and the face and all that shit and what you do on your social media becomes more important than the music, and that annoys me.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like the other way around.
Yeah.
Like, all those things are important, but you need to then work on the core first. Because actually, like, the thing that I can say from doing this for 10 years is marketing is extremely easy if the product is good.
Yeah.
So people always say, like, for example, when you get a track that's really popping off or really good, and then you see all the marketing's all great, and everyone's like, oh, let's do marketing like that.
Yeah.
But they don't realise that the marketing's only that easy and good because the track...
But there
has
are,
that
also, there
flavour.
are also proofs, and I'm not going to say names, from people who are extremely popular without being the good product musically, but have the thing that's in at the moment, or the best social media, or something like that, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So in the past that wouldn't be possible. But with the algorithms and the social media now, that is possible. And I'm even afraid that it's getting more and more and more. You know, that producer is becoming a side thing.
Yeah, but that's not coming from the music, right? That's coming from like creating like a viral moment, or you know what I mean, like something that doesn't even have to do with the music in the first place.
Yeah.
But like, if your core thing is music and you're banking on marketing saving you, then it's pointless in my opinion. Like, because if the track's not it, then you can pretend that maybe you do get a couple of more likes if you do it a certain way, but in the end, like when people come to your sets,
Yeah, that's
like,
why I think I
then it's
hope that it
pointless.
won't be a long-term career, but you can have success with an empty shell.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
that's possible.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes kids also like, oh, that's how it goes.
and it's not even a thing against ghost producing, because I actually think in a positive way that can work, but it's the intention behind the ghost producing.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're just someone who you've got a passion for it, you're like you are into the music, you know what you want to sound like,
Yeah.
but you just don't have the actual skill to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a positive thing, because some people's minds can influence music a lot like that.
Yeah.
But it's when you see people that they don't really care, they don't even care what the ghost producer makes.
No, and also if my career would stop, I would also become ghost producer.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have as long as what you say, the intentions of the puppet who is going to be the product. If the intentions are that he really loves, of he or she really loves the music and is really into it, and also comes with cool ideas, yeah, then I can respect it.
And you can feel that, because even
Yeah.
if some people like see maybe an act that doesn't make the music, they still own the music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can see it on stage, the way that
And
they are.
I think the best way is to do it like to be
Cool.
open and to say we do it as a team.
Yeah.
That's at the end always the best way, and nobody gives a fuck.
No, I think that's like Yuri and Remco. Like
Yeah,
they
perfect.
realized in the beginning
Perfect.
that Remco didn't want to be the DJ.
Should be an
so-
example for everyone who wants to do it that way. It's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's something that people get mixed up with, because a lot of people think that it's either ghost producing is bad or it's good, but there can be a place where it's
and ghost producer can also become through the years co-produce.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and especially when one guy is the producer, the other guy can take his time on doing all these extra things that are now important. Eh?
exactly.
For example, of course, I also think about how can I have a TikTok that goes well, but I don't have the time, to think about that because there needs to be making tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a skill on its own.
It's a skill on its own. And I never went viral in my life. I hope I can be in the future, you know?
Yeah.
Because I still want to go for it.
You still want to make viral.
Yeah.
Just need to do that Zag song, bro. You'll be fine.
Yeah, man. I love it. I will never say I will never do it. You know, but I think a lot of my fans will not like it.
There's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, true.
And you mentioned it earlier, but we saw the poster at DEF CON, the 15 years thing.
15 years Guns Fire, yeah. It's
crazy to think, like 15 years.
Yeah, time flies by. It's true what all the old people say. Like it goes really fast from 18 years on. Then your life goes really fast.
And are you planning on doing all the eras of Gunsfire?
With the party, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7th of November, we're going to do the real 15 year show with a cool lineup. And we're going to do a lot of guns gigs. People will hear everything, all the classics, all the stuff that if we do now a classic show, you know, it's 30 or 45 minutes. We have to choose. And there are certain tracks that you will not hear. But at that party, you will hear them.
Hear everything.
Yeah. And also we have really cool ideas. We have... we hope that we can make work something really, really special. But still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
But... there's going to be a lot of cool stuff there.
It's going to be a sweaty night for you, right?
Yeah.
I've seen you after.
We're going to play multiple times now, so it's going to be. I have to rest before that party.
Yeah.
But is it the suit or is it the?
It's the suit and the mask that's giving the warmth.
But you changed that into a thinner suit, right? I noticed. Because back in
we have some different jackets through the years, but I think it's always the same guy who makes the suits, and not really. Sometimes maybe thinner as other, but it's the material that changes sometimes.
Have you ever done a hole anywhere embarrassing during the show or something?
Not me, but I know another guy. I think it happened once, but people didn't see it.
Yeah, because his hacking, his feet go so high.
Yeah, I think it happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
That would have been funny to see.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
And is it true that you guys weren't allowed to play in China because of the name? Or is that just a rumour?
What was happening there? In China?
Or was there somewhere where the name was a problem?
Yeah. In Australia. Also, you had the overdose problem.
That's true,
it was same with us.
You couldn't put it on a flyer.
What was the tour name? I think Armed and Dangerous or something. It was also something like that. You know, same style that was.
If you do a tour in America, then the wrong people will show up, right?
Yeah. But I remember we had a T-shirt when Gangster Don't Dance was out. There was a sentence in there. What the fuck you looking at, punk?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a T-shirt with that. And a friend of me went to America on vacation, and he had to remove that shirt at the border.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like. What the fuck you looking at, punk? Yeah.
How do you think that's that bad?
No, but he told me.
I thought it'd be more cocaine straight from Bolivia. Then
we didn't have T-shirts with that.
Then you definitely get stopped.
Yeah.
You just came off a flight from Bolivia.
Yeah, true.
Did you guys know straight away when you done that song?
It was also a famous old hardcore sample, eh?
Yeah.
And we. The funny thing is, I never did drugs in my life. And I make all these drug songs, so it's a little bit. But it's my love for gangster rap and crime shit. I'm a nice guy myself, but I like that shit.
The bad boy look.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
But did you know when you guys made that this is going to be huge?
You never know, but we really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but you never know, eh? You never know.
Nah, but it's just that line is so iconic. Like,
yeah. True.
it's one of those songs that as soon as you hear it, you're like, that's so genius.
Yeah, I still play it every classic set. You know, I have to be honest, I'm a little bit bored myself with that one, but
Yeah.
the joy it gives to people, I will play it. You know,
Yeah.
and I know I have to play it.
Do you have a favorite Guns track?
I think I'm a criminal. Huh?
Yeah.
That one.
That's the most Adaro one. That sounds like an Adaro track. Like it's.
Yeah, it's Guns is really always a real collaboration.
Yeah, yeah.
50-50. And I think you can hear also in a lot of Guns tracks, you know, the balance between us. And yeah, it's also what's super cool. Of course, yeah, you guys work together. You make something that alone you wouldn't make.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the nice thing with collaborations.
Yeah. Because you and Randy were friends as well before all that, right?
No. It went like this. I was a resident DJ in a club where I live in Schaik. And Randy got a girlfriend in Zeeland next to Schaik. And he asked, it was before his breakthrough, like, hey, can I play also in the club? So the club owner said, a guy who lives nearby wants to play here. Can you check if he's a good DJ? Yeah, cool. And he came, and yeah, you know him. He made the intro and scratching and everything. So he can play better than me. I cannot scratch. So yeah, we got talking, and yeah, you live 5 minutes away from each other. You both got a studio. So yeah, we started making music without being friends. I think you can also hear it in the tracks. The first one were not that good. And when we became more friends, the track would get better. And then we also decided, hey, we have such a good click inside and outside of the studio. We're going to do a project together, the Guns for Hire.
Was Under Attack the song that made you realize it?
Yeah, I think that was the one. We made a 3-tracker in the beginning. And only, I think the hit of that was My Name is Hardstyle.
Yeah.
Hit. The track that stood out. And I think with Under Attack, really like now we have the magic.
You could already hear like Guns for Hire and that
now
track.
we have the magic click.
Yeah.
Here. And yeah, there came a streak of songs after that, and still till today. Yeah.
Still massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he's a genius, but he's also yeah, particular, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's like I never seen somebody so perfectionist as him.
Yeah.
You know, and
But you can hear
it's a
'cause
good thing, but also it can be difficult for yourself a little bit.
his music is so high quality.
Yeah, it is.
Like he always, and it's not really been like a progressive thing. It's like you heard it from almost the beginning.
But he you know, he in the beginning he's the best sound designer I ever saw, and I worked with a lot of people. I think he and Hard Driver are the best I know. And
he's good. He can remake anything, right? Anything you show him.
anything. Yeah, you told me that Delete can also do it.
Yeah.
Could also do it.
Yeah.
But Randy can. Sometimes it's also nice to challenge him. Hey, can you make that? I think you cannot do that. But if you say you cannot do it to him, he makes
gonna
it
do it.
happen.
He's gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, that's his trigger.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just got to find the balance, right? Because that kind of thing can also
Yeah. It's
you can spend a lot of time on that.
yeah, you know, I think also the why it works between us is because he's a more dominating person, you know, and I'm a more adaptable person, and that clicks perfect.
Yeah.
You know, so
For sure.
yeah, we have the perfect chemistry, synergy. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have plans to like after the 15 years to continue like doing
We
stuff?
continue. If it's up to me, we will continue forever. But we will continue after the show. Yeah, for sure. New tour and everything.
Wow.
We're
And
not ready.
And what's your plans for Adaro?
I will play him till I'm dead. Yeah, really, I can tell you, if there are still 3 people, I will also play. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we went out for dinner. I remember you told me that you said that you would said you would DJ for free. So just tell all the promoters now.
I started with nothing, and I go on like that. You know, I still enjoy, especially during Corona when there was nothing. I played in people's living rooms.
House parties.
Yeah, that at that moment it could also give me joy.
Yeah. We actually never done much
We done one
We done
house
one.
party and the police turned up. Remember?
Yeah. So,
In there?
The cops turned up. We played at a party.
Yeah, I also had a couple of times.
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah. We played in a club sometime when the police came. Everybody had to show his passport. We sneaked out. But I think especially at that period, really, that learned me also that I never want to stop. Also, I made a lot of music in that period.
Yeah.
And it didn't have any use. And it was, I also heard from a lot of people, oh, you are stupid that you are releasing now. It doesn't, this track would be a hit if the clubs are open. And then, but I didn't give a fuck. I just want to release.
Now we done the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it also was a coping mechanism, right? Because you felt like you were still doing something.
Yeah. And I got somehow also rewarded by a big organization saying like, whenever a lot of big names were doing nothing, you were working.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you a nice spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We decided to, we said we'll come out better than we went into COVID.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie.
It happened.
After
But
a
what
year,
I really respect about you guys, and you know this, I said to you a couple of times, you said to me when you were not had your breakthrough yet, like, can I say the name, what your examples were like?
yeah.
You said like, we want to be like D-Block and Estefan, but in our own style.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's a pretty bold expression to say, you know, but you did it.
Yeah.
And really cool.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, bro.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was tough because finding the balance. We still have it. Like, I don't know if you have it at the moment, but like putting a melodic song together with hard drops is really, it's a different skill.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think if you can do that properly, then you have
You did it.
big
You know,
records, yeah.
you know what I like the most of your last album, the We Own the Night,
Yeah, we're
and that to me that's perfect.
That was one of those songs that were made 2 days before DEFCON
Yeah,
in absolute stress mode.
yeah. But it keeps in my head. I love it. There are few tracks that I listen in my free times because I hardly listen to hardstyle in free times, only professionally. But that one I listen, and Adrenalize Fire, what is it, Fire in Me or Fire from a few weeks ago. That one I also really listen. And, that just enjoys me to listen.
Yeah, it's one of those
Sick.
songs as well that I like love to play, which makes a big difference.
Yeah,
Like, so even if the crowd doesn't feel it, like I feel it, so
yeah.
that's the main thing. But
Cool. And I think, and I also told you like that those are the tracks that will be played in your classic sets in a couple of years, you know, and that you will be proud to have of your legacy. Yeah. Those will stand the test of time.
for sure.
And I think, you know, it will only grow because I had some tracks in that style that in the beginning, like, okay, maybe this is not the hip thing in the scene right now, but you can keep playing them because they don't have that hype, and you keep playing them and they grow bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they need to grow on people, these tracks these days.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, they're not like instant reaction songs anymore.
I'm a grower, not a shore.
Huh?
I'm a grower, not a shore.
I'm a grower.
Yeah, not a shore. You know what that is?
That's Scottish.
Yeah.
All the ladies out there might know what I'm talking.
Okay.
Have you ever had a track that you were like you were loving and then it never really done as well as you?
Man,
predicted?
so much. So much. My career was like that a couple of years.
Yeah.
Really.
What was a song that really sticks out where you're like?
This feeling I had with my I Spit Fire when it was released, it did nothing, and then
I thought it was
started
quite a
booming.
big song when it came out.
No, man, did nothing.
Really?
Really did nothing. It became grow through the years, and then COVID came, you know, and I believed so much in that track that I said to myself, I will keep playing it, and now it's the highlight in my set, the normal set and in classic set.
Do you have any songs that went the other way where you were like, "This is not even that good," and then
Most of the time that happens, like when it's a hit, you get bored sometimes, and then you leave it alone, and then you start playing it again because the demand is there, you know.
Yeah.
I had a little bit with Touch Star maybe.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, that you were bored with it, but people love it so much. I had it with the Rebirth anthem, I'm Alive. I even didn't know it was that famous in other countries, that I was booked abroad, and it was not part of my set for a year already. And why didn't you play I'm Alive? and I was looking at my Spotify. Whoa, far the biggest streamed song.
Yeah.
I should play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I played it again, and now I played in when I form bookings, I play it, and people all know it.
Yeah. It's hard to like figure out if some people are just like, I feel like a lot of people, they ask for the song that they know nobody else is asking for because they want to be different. You know what I mean? Like, we sometimes have that, and I'm like, or when we get to a party, someone says, "Oh, well, you play this," and it's a song that's like we would never play. Like, we only have like 60 minutes to play, and you want us to play a song. Like,
yeah, and I sometimes play it then, but during playing, I already know like maybe I shouldn't have done that. But at the other hand, I say to myself, "Fuck it." Not every track has to go at the dance floor, go crazy.
No.
And maybe when you play it, then someone in the crowd will think, "Hey, this is cool. I'm gonna look it up tomorrow."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a weird feeling. I think it was like last year we played an old song by Malice, and then people were putting it online saying it was a new song.
Yeah.
We were just like,
but that's sometimes a bit frustrating. That exactly that comment that people, what's this song? Yeah, it's released 3 years ago. But yeah, nowadays you cannot follow everything that's coming out, so it's logical.
Yeah.
I have my Spotify list, so I try to listen to everything that comes out, but it takes 2 hours per week just to check everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
So a non-professional listener maybe hears one new track every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
So you cannot blame them. And now with the algorithms, if the track is 3 weeks old, get out of the algorithms and they don't hear it anymore unless they hear it at a party or their algorithm or they decide to go to your page.
Yeah.
So it's difficult now.
Yeah, we've had it recently. Hardwell's been playing Aliens and Acid.
Yeah, I saw it. Cool.
But
super cool.
Like when people are posting about it, they're not mentioning us, and I'm on every post saying like Rebellion,
Hardwell, Aliens on Acid.
I actually saw there was a viral TikTok of someone saying like Hardwell played his new track at Ultra, and I was writing it saying, no, actually this was Rebellion.
Cool.
But yeah, like you say, like people just don't know there's so much going on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't even realize. That's why, like in techno, like the crowd there, they don't really care what the track is. That's more about the moment.
Man, I follow it from the sideline. The hard techno. I see a big name. I'm curious what music does he make? Doesn't have any hits, any streams, just popular.
Just popular. But to be honest, that was what it was like back in the day, right?
Yeah, DJ.
There was an actual DJ,
yeah. So that can also be a cool thing, but now it's of course because of the taking off the shirt and the tattoos and all that. Yeah.
Plus, I think a lot of them that are good at it. They're good at reading the crowd. You know, and they play what's necessary for who they're playing to. You know what I mean? Because the thing that they have that's different to hardstyle as well is that they're playing like hard techno songs in amongst like bouncier stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and they're judging by who they're playing at. Because I've seen a couple of the harder guys playing in Scotland, and I've seen videos of them playing like songs that they're not playing. So they're smart enough to know that the Scottish crowd likes it a little bit more bouncier. Yeah. So they are like proper DJs.
Yeah, music-wise, a lot of interesting things are happening in the hard techno scene. I really enjoyed listening to it in all its forms. You know, so it's cool stuff.
Yeah. I must say I like the bouncier stuff more.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it became really hard in a short period.
Yeah, the industrial stuff is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's not my taste. I can understand it, of course, but it's not really my taste. But I think my taste in the hard techno is more the 90s influenced, a little bit more commercial hard techno. I like more.
Yeah. It's interesting to see. Like you said earlier, like I don't just hate on stuff that.
No, and I also went to a Verknip party just to understand, you know, and you don't have the time to visit a lot of parties, but I would like to go a couple of times per year to these kind of parties.
And what did you think then? What was the difference between that? in a hardstyle party?
Yeah, that's already 2 years ago. So there was no industrial hard techno yet. But what I remember from that is that it's a really young crowd, and there were a lot of eclectic playing DJs, like really a lot of different stuff in one set. Maybe it was that certain type of DJ, but that's what I liked about it. You know, I heard really old music combined with new stuff, and then a hardstyle track. I heard some hardstyle tracks, like also melodic ones.
Yeah.
I think something from Devon Wild or something. And I was like, oh, and yeah, crowd liked everything. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it was different.
Restricted's really good. He
Yeah,
he
I
plays
like it.
he plays
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
He actually played Lost in Paradise, believe it or not.
Hey, cool. Yeah. Where is it going, eh?
Yeah.
If you would say it 5 years ago, you wouldn't believe it. But keeps where will it end, or where will it go? You
We
don't
just
know.
all become AI, bro. That's it.
I hope not. That's a nightmare for all of us.
It's just going to be holograms.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you read like maybe the listener in the future is just gonna enter a mood.
Yeah.
And I want hardstyle, and AI is gonna give you hardstyle. But will the factor of everybody enjoying the same song then disappear? You know, that's also a cool thing, that everybody likes a certain song and has that moment together.
Or they can make their own combination. So
Yeah,
you can have
yeah.
Adaro t-shirt off, Zag kick.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it makes that, and you just appear as a
Yeah,
hologram
yeah.
with your top
It's
up.
all possible in the future, you know, and it goes faster than we all want, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think as long as people use it properly, I don't think it's a problem. But to be honest,
Yeah,
like,
but for our profession, you know, something that we invested so many years in, and that's for everybody possible. That's not cool, I think.
it's better if it could do all the things that are annoying. Like, you could just give it all the elements and then the mix down and master and it's done.
Yeah, pure creativity. Yeah,
Yeah.
but computer can be more creative than us in the future, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I actually think right now it's the opposite. Like, it's not good at all that, and it's more better at being a little bit creative.
But for example, I already get bored from demos with standard Suno vocals. You know.
Yeah, you can hear it. That's what I
I
was
can
saying to him.
already
Like,
hear it, and it already annoys me.
but
Same
we
as
can hear it because we're producers and we know.
Yeah.
The crowd, I don't think,
Yeah.
even notice.
But same as I had with Splice, with everybody using the same Splice.
You hear it as well, yeah.
Now have with this is again trying to be a hard rock band screaming standard Suno vocal.
Mm.
It's like Suno even always gives the same voice.
Yeah, I think it does.
Everybody types in the same prompt.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, that's the skill. That's the part that people are missing. Like, the skill is actually the prompt, not the...
Yeah, but
You
should
know.
we be proud that prompt will become a skill?
I said that to him. There'll be a Grammy category for
Prompt
best AI
engineers.
prompt.
Oh, you're such a good prompter. You're a genius.
You can be a prompt engineer, bro. That's the real
Yeah.
thing.
Professional
But
prompter.
Yeah, you know, it will go that way. But I hope that the name that we build up through the years will count also a little bit in
Yeah.
the future. You know, that we can still.
The question that I was asking is, obviously the AI is built on data, so they feed it with lots of data, and then through that it makes its own whatever. But where are they getting the data from? Because they must be, for example, if you put in a hardstyle track, right? How has it gathered the hardstyle tracks? It must be using everyone's tracks.
Yeah.
But then
of course.
where's our license on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing now. It's still Wild West.
Yeah, it's
Also
such a
for,
grey area.
For all the singers, that one club track, you know, that I run, that was the first one that really a singer said like, hey, that's a little bit too much my voice.
Mm.
And it got out of the Spotify and everything, and they had to re-sing it.
Wow.
So that was the first one, and I think that will, I read sometimes a little bit about it. I think some record labels will make deals with parties like Suno, and I think in the future you can use a voice, but some part of your royalties will go to the original
The license.
vocalist, and if it's a famous one or not, that's the decision of the artist to be in that, to let his voice be open or not. But there are also a lot of good singers and rappers who are not famous that will give their voice for money, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But right now, that's what I'm saying. Like, where are they getting the data from?
Yeah, I think from all the music. they just it's a wild west, huh?
Yeah.
They can. The rules are now coming.
Yeah.
Also with actors, huh? Can you sell your head for when you are passed away that they still use
Still
your
use it.
persona in a movie?
That's
Crazy.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
So dystopian.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to ABBA Voyage. Have you
yeah.
heard
With the
about that?
hologram,
Yeah, and really, you would believe that they
Yeah.
were standing there.
it's a brain fuck, eh?
Yeah. I was so shocked. I thought, yeah, it's going to look like a projection, but
Yeah.
no, it felt real.
Yeah, this is different. It's just we have to open our mind a bit. But yeah, like I said, for our profession and the amount of time we put in to learn it, yeah, double feelings with it.
Yeah.
But still, if you will not use it or as a tool, or if you will say fuck everything, I'm doing my way, that's never good.
No. No, it's how you use it. I'm pretty sure the guys that were using like hardware when everything went in the box, they probably
Exactly.
said, "Oh, this is cheating," or
Yeah,
you know,
and the
like-
same guys who say that vinyl is the real DJing, yeah, there came a time when a track was not pressed on vinyl anymore, so you couldn't have that track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to move with the times and understand it at least.
Yeah, and you can have mixed feelings with it or not like it in the beginning. That happens a lot of times, but you still have to say to yourself, "Open my mind."
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're in for a rocky future then, you're saying?
A rocky future.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much for coming, man. We
Hey,
really
what an honor.
appreciate and
What an honor.
we really respect your mindset and everything. You've been going for so long.
Hey, and
and
if it's up to me, we can make a track together one time. Huh?
Yeah.
100%, bro.
It's weird that we've never done that.
Yeah,
We've
it's
known each
strange.
other for so
But,
long.
I know.
I think we can make something really cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it, bro.
It's going to be dark. The Hunter of the Dark meets Sidekicks.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm up for it all. You know. Cool.
Perfect.
Okay. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Thank you,
Thank you,
bro.
guys.
Thank you.
See you later.